So this is an interview for the busy project that you have participated in. So the first question will be, please tell us about yourself a little bit.
Yes, my name is Jonne Murto and I'm 25 years young and like most I say young and I'm from Oulu, Finland and I've been living here all my life and I'm a student. I study like international business management in the University of Oulu and I used to study like international business in the Oulu University of Applied Sciences and that's when I had the contact with the busy.
Hmm. Okay. Talking about Busy, what events organized by Busy have you participated in?
I participated in the Cosmos trip. Like it took 3 days, and it was in the year of 2019, like almost 2 years ago. This day.
And could you tell a little bit more about the nature of the event?
Yes. It was basically like we brainstormed ideas like with the Russian participants and also the Finnish participants. And first we got together and like get to know each other better, and also the place. We had like trips all around the nation and the cultural like sightseeing like. And then we got together and in the teams and then we developed like ideas how to like increase the tourism in the city of Cosmos.
Perfect. Thank you. Talking about the idea that you have worked on, can you tell a little bit more? What was the idea of that you worked with your group?
With my team. Yes, my the specific idea we worked on was called this kind of forest road, and the idea was like there was like a combination of multiple small ideas, like that we have this kind of forest road that includes like certain activities, like different parts in the forest, because we noticed that there's a nice nature in the Cosmos. It's quite north, like in the country, and then we could have this kind of different like. Let me try to remember what we had. Like I think like we had this kind of slide with the like wire that you can see the nature at the same time, and then we had like that you can rent like fat bikes or this kind of other equipment that you can use to like experience the nature. And I think we also had some kind of like small ideas. I don't recall them unfortunately right now correctly, but this kind of idea that you get some kind of picture of it.
Perfect. Thank you. And what challenges did you face when you were working on that idea?
Yes, I think the challenge was that I didn't know the city beforehand too well, so like I didn't know what there was. Like speaking of tourism, like what kind of things were lacking there and what kind of things were already found. But I think that the trip in the city beforehand, the brainstorming of ideas, we had kind of a chance to get to know the city better. And then like we had different kind of like, we noticed what we would add to the city. Like, so basically the challenge was like overcome like during the trip. So.
Perfect. And what did you learn from this experience, and how do you plan to implement the acquired knowledge?
I think I learned a lot about the Russian culture, even in the short period of 3 days, because I get to know so many Russian people and also the language and also like all the different kind of even small things like that helped me like get the bigger picture of the whole country. And I think like it helped me to like develop this kind of Russian business relationships in the future also.
Perfect. What is the most memorable thing about your participation?
I think the whole atmosphere, it was like very lovely atmosphere, and I think we got so well along with the Russian participants, and all the like the evening like next to the fire we were having food and everything, like this kind of get together in the evening, all this kind of memorable stuff, and we went to sauna and got this kind of awesome stuff, and so it's very memorable. It's one of the best like actually best like abroad trips that I have in my life, so I was very like happy about it. So.
Perfect. Did you build any partnerships or connections?
Yeah, so many. Like even to this day, I still stay in contact with the Russian participants. Like I made friends during the trip, and especially like via Instagram, we are like still like connected and like catching up one time in a time. So very awesome.
Perfect. Are you planning to become an entrepreneur in future?
Yeah, actually quite long. I've like had this kind of idea in my mind that if I happen to come across like a very like good idea, but then like when I have like conversation with some business people, they've said like you don't have to invent the wheel basically again. That if you just take the wheel and like put it in a like a whole new perspective, you might get a business idea that way. So I think like that helped me to like more like get into the idea of becoming an entrepreneur, so I don't have to like invent a $1 million idea or something like that. So I just make an already existing idea, like try to do it better or add something new to it. So.
Perfect. Do you think your future business will be related to the same idea that you worked on?
Well, I'd say that perhaps not like involved in tourism maybe, but I do love to travel, so there's a possibility in that sense. But I think like especially something creative, I would love to do like as an entrepreneur because I love creativity and like that's when I get to have ideas and that's why this trip was so amazing. Like you get to create things like out of nothing, so that's the best thing.
Perfect. Will your future business be related to cross-border cooperation with Russia?
Yeah, it very well might be like now that I have like this kind of good like acquaintances there and also good idea of the country and also like many friends who are Russian. Also like I met in Finland during my studies like Russian people, so it helps me to build like a network there. So I think it's easier to go there like if I decide to like expand my future possible business there. So it's
Okay.
easier.
How did the Busy project help you understand cross-border cooperation with Russia?
Very well. It and helped me like how do I describe it? Let me have a moment like.
Yeah, take your time.
Yeah, I think like I know how to sort of like break the ice, like when I come to into the room like Russian people, and also that I got to know the language a bit. I think that always creates this feeling of comfort, like with foreign people that you immediately feel like trust and like this kind of more relaxed atmosphere.
What did you learn from Russian language, if I may ask?
Yes, привет, как дела?
Amazing.
And also хорошо and спасибо. And also a bit like random words here and there.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And last question.
Oh.
How the project changed your expectations or idea about working with your business and organizations in Russia?
Yeah, I think like it helped like the process. Like, so I basically know know the cultural like background and also like the business like this kind of how do you say business practices. So that it gave me a very good image of that. So I think that helped me a lot in that sense.
Perfect. Let me now close the button. Thank you so much for
Yes,
this
thank you.
interview.